This is Soccer with Coach Mark Davis.
What's going on? This is Coach Mark Davis. Excited to be here and do this podcast. One of the things that we're going to be talking about today is college recruiting. And we got a couple questions that we want to ask and kind of just go over that. And these are general questions that I've gotten over, the past 10 years being a college coach or college player or whatever else. And hopefully it applies to your situation and you enjoy it.
So, Coach, pleasure being with you. It's Jonathan Larson here. So, as a player, I want to obviously be recognized by coaches. So, where do I go to be recognized for my talents, just as a player?
Yeah. I think the number one thing is to be playing on a top club team and making yourself available to the college coaches. If that's going to the college coaches ID camp, or if that's going to tournaments where that college coach is being at, but just being always in the conversation. So you're always pressing, trying to be where the college coach is and, communicating with him or her and trying to be at the same tournaments that he or she is at, or attempting to go to their ID camps, and just, making sure that college coach knows who you are is very important, because a lot of times you go through the process of wanting to go play for, college XYZ, and you never make the college coach have to make a decision. So that's kind of one of my best advice. Some of my best advice is you got to make the college coach make a decision. Make them say yes, make them say no, or by them not communicating with you will be your answer as well, but to continue to try to communicate, especially if that's a place you want to be at.
Perfect. And that kind of leads into my next question. With that, as a student athlete, would you want to put all your eggs in one basket, or would you be pretty diverse in which school you are looking to go into? No,
absolutely. You want to be diverse. You could decide, hey, I really want to go to this college, this university down the road. It's always been my dream. And then you get there and it's not what you thought it was going to be. So it's very it's not in your best interest to put all your focus in just one university, one college. Some of my best advice is to focus on the conferences. So, hey, I like these 6 or 7 universities. These are schools I like. And then to dive deeper and then start to look into their conference. So, we're out in the West Coast. So we'll talk women's soccer for a second here and say, okay, I like this school in the Mountain West. Okay, if you like that one school in the Mountain West, you may like a lot of those universities in the Mountain West. Okay, I like this school at the Big Sky. Okay, now you look at all those schools in the Big Sky, the WAC, the Big West, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So it really can give you, right there, you just kind of open yourself up to, say, 70 different universities, 10 universities in each conference, or in some cases even more. And then you can start looking into each university to try to create yourself even more opportunities.
Perfect. And as an athlete, is it okay to be really direct with a coach and be like, how much money are you looking to offer me, and how much playing time am I going to get? Is that an okay thing to do?
Yeah, I think it is when it's the right situation, right? If you feel very comfortable with that coach and you feel like that coach and you are starting to get pretty close to having him or her make you an offer, then I think that's time to start talking about that. I think it's the same as if a coach is applying, or if an adult is getting a job, right? Maybe not the first question you ask is, hey, how much am I going to make? How much are you going to pay me? It's more, hey, could this work? Go through the interview, and then you start to dive into those types of questions. So I think it's just a little bit more about being comfortable with the coach and recognizing the time to do it. But absolutely, you need to ask those types of questions. You need to ask a lot of types of questions. Hey, how many, say you play in the midfield and you're looking at, hey, I noticed on your roster that you already have 7 defensive center mids, and you're a defensive center mid. And then that could throw some red flags there that may not be your best situation there. How hard is the coach recruiting you, right? Are you coming in as a walk-on? I mean, there's some different types of questions, and every coach has got their different ways of handling things.
And so, like with this, obviously as a student athlete, you're not going to be as professional as you could be. What are some no-nos that you need to stay away from in the recruiting process?
Yeah, that's a really good one. I think the number one thing is that the student athlete is doing all of the communication. So what I mean by that is not having mom or dad reach out to make any phone calls, any text messages, emails, etc. That's probably number one. And then number two is just maybe being a little bit you got to find that sweet spot of being aggressive but also not annoying as well, because coaches are very, very busy, and I just think it's just when things are made available for you, you just got to jump on them. So those are the top two ones I would say, is just parent, if for me, it's one of the biggest red flags. If a mom or dad comes up to me and the initial contact is with mom or dad, that is like the biggest red flag there could be.
With that, is there any other overall advice you'd give a student athlete?
Yeah, I mean, my number one advice would be, or some of my advice would be, is to just be hungry in regards to like coaches, especially soccer coaches, are generally understaffed. So if you make yourself available, you're going to give yourself a much better opportunity to get recruited. If you are aggressive and you are doing all the different ways, because there's so many different opportunities you can get, right? In regards to junior college, in regards to NCAA Division II, NCAA Division I, NAIA, NCAA Division III, and if you're looking at conferences and you can start to kind of restart to research, okay, this is where I think I am, and now I'm going to start focusing on that level. Okay, I like the idea of junior college because I want to play Division I, and I haven't gotten the opportunity to go play Division I, so I want to go kill it for 2 years and play junior college, and then by the way I play in my next 2 years, I can go kill it and go get my dream school offer, or a very exciting offer, or a very attractive NCAA Division II offer after those 2 years. Division II, great education, lots of private schools, great coaches, great facilities, division, and kind of understanding those different areas. I think the difference between the four, NJCAA, so obviously it's just 2 years. They have the ability, some institutions have the ability to offer really, really big money. And you can go there for 2 years, and the facilities are somewhat decent, and there's less qualifications for grades. NCAA Division II, it is very comparable to Division I in regards to the what you need ACT-wise, GPA-wise. It's very similar. And the quality is very high. D1, I think it's pretty self-explanatory there. It's the top of the top. And then NCAA Division III has no scholarship. So I just think finding out where do you fall in kind of the playing pyramid, and then just really researching it out. Right? I heard someone once say is I feel like kids research what phone they're going to buy next more than where they want to go to their college or university. You need to know everything about the processes. Okay, what does the school cost? Do they offer? Am I Pell Grant? Do I have FAFSA? All these different types of questions I think are just absolutely huge for a young man or a young woman to understand, and also the parents, because those are the ones that a lot of times are paying for those institutions. And and I guess my last thing I would say is, if a kid wants to play college soccer, male or female, if they work hard enough at it and they're willing to go take a risk and go live out of state, there's an opportunity.
This is Soccer with Coach Mark Davis.